Oh, that looks good. I like that. Oh, hello, GM. I like that. That's a pretty cool intro. But listen, today we're going to be talking about Ripple leading the world of cryptocurrency. Like, who would have thought? Maybe the master and commander of the XRP army. We're also going to be taking a look at RWAs and centrifuge, which is great because today we're going to be mixing it up. Let's get it.
What's good, bro? I just heard Bitcoin hit 100K a coin. Yeah, that's right. Crypto is popping again.
It's crypto season. This is our time.
Well, help me out, bro. I want to get in.
Check it. If you looking for what's cooking right, here's where the chef will be. Live stream with BitBoy X for the recipe. With bull market energy, the winners be showing up and fighting for your life, and watch the prices been blowing up. Watch them cook.
Man, I was cooking some jerk chicken down there in the Bahamas. I always love that clip of me there in the Bahamas. I tell you, that was, man, I tell you, just missed that one, Jay, man. I wish you were there, man, certainly. There was another bearded fellow that was robbing me, but that's another story. He'll get his due in due time. Guys, today we got a hell of a show for you. We're going to be talking about RWAs continuing. I just want to drive home a lot of this stuff. And, you know, I accidentally gave you the overview yesterday of everything we're going to be doing in the next 2 weeks for our RWA special. And so I decided to kind of start with our intro again today. So we're going to go once again over what RWAs are. And I may take that time to talk a little bit about treasury bills and treasury notes and treasury bonds and all the stuff that yesterday I said that was one of my weak points. And today I understand it. I feel pretty well, actually. I did a lot of research on this. So we might talk about that a little bit. But also, guys, we're going to be talking about centrifuge. And, you know, Mr. X has told us Ondo or bust. Ondo is the top RWA project. I will tell you, centrifuge, I can see some things, why Mr. X believes that a lot of the Coinbase Ventures projects and the Coinbase kind of team-focused or Coinbase partner-focused projects, they're great. They're really, really good. They are, and they do well. But they're just like a tier below, just a tick below. Like you see it on the website. Even the website, it's like not quite as polished and clean. But still, anyways, we'll talk about centrifuge a little bit later. And I actually, man, I tell you, I was not aware really of what centrifuge was, to be honest with you guys. And after doing a lot of research on it, I actually think it is really an interesting project. And you're going to want to know more about that today. Now, as far as our deep dive stories goes, guys, we have some options for you guys. Do we have the poll up?
Put it up as you go.
We're going to put the poll up now. Option A. Ripple's CEO's proposal for diversified U.S. crypto reserve. Could a U.S. crypto reserve make America unstoppable in digital finance? Ripple CEO proposed a diversified U.S. crypto reserve, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and stablecoins to bolster the nation's economy and global leadership in digital finance. The U.S. could secure its economic dominance in the rapidly, you may choose this one. This may be interesting to you if you're interested in how the U.S. could secure its economic dominance in the rapidly growing digital asset space. We're also going to be looking at option B, which is SAB 121, which stands for a staff accounting bulletin from the SEC. It has now been revoked. I told you this was never going to be a big deal. Wall Street's crypto boom. What the SEC's latest move means for you, if you want to vote for this one, for our deep dive segment, the SEC's revocation of SAB 121 removes barriers for institutional crypto activity. We're going to tell you a lot more about that stuff. You may want to choose this because, hey, this shows Wall Street's continuing deepening and integration with us in the world of crypto. I had a tweet this morning. This is actually the first time I tweeted in weeks. We have my AI probably. I think maybe my AI is doing some tweets or something. But, I actually had a tweet. We'll pull this one up. The Duchess wanted me to bring this to y'all's attention. Breaking! Developers can now build applications utilizing DeepSeek's R1 capabilities on Sui. The Duchess sent this to us in Slack and said, huge news. So if you guys are looking to build with R1, and I have used DeepSeek, but not the R1. I actually, the one I have downloaded on my machine is, I think, the Instruct. I can't remember what number it is. I can't remember, but it's one of the instructs, but it's a good one. It's a big model. It's actually not my biggest one. I have a Meta Llama 70B instruct. It's a really big one. Nerd
I just love watching you nerd, like just boast being a nerd, man. That's cool.
I mean,
that's
hey,
cool. That's cool.
You know, the nerds are the cool kids now. You know what I'm saying? Nerds are the cool kids, you know?
My GPUs are running at like
Yeah, exactly. But I wanted to go to my Twitter's verse here. Go to my profile. Nope, that's not my profile. Here, is this my profile? My profile. Here it is. Okay. Oh, that's me. Oh, hey, that's me. Look at that guy. Okay, here it is. We are now at crypto adoption. We made it. We're here. Congrats to all of those who made it all the way from the dark days of Mt. Gox hacks, bit licenses, Silk Roads, FTXs, and SBFs, and everything in between. There was once a time that crypto was a meme, and I was held as its most delusional hype man. Some of the documented insane things I was mocked for believing almost 10 years ago, because I've been making content really since 2017. I started my channel technically January 2018, but for almost 10 years, I've said many of these things that are now coming to pass. Blockchain would revolutionize our entire financial system. Here we are. Bitcoin would hit 100,000 famously. It did. Crypto would become mainstream. We're there. Our banking system would switch to XRP. Bank of America said they're already using XRP for 100% of their internal transactions. CBDCs are inevitable. That one's already in progress, guys. All financial markets would transition to blockchain. We are watching it as we speak, and that's what we're talking about with RWAs, really, is the broadening of the financial markets to include cryptocurrency. But I continue to tweet, I'll never get the credit I probably deserve for being so out in front of all this, and that's okay. And the reason why I probably don't get this credit is because I am so loud about all this stuff. But it's okay because we made it, and that's enough for me. Now is when the fun really begins. I'm telling you, what's that?
I just said because I double pumped the camera button.
Double pumped it, man. Whew. Jay Chains with a double pump, y'all. The fact is that we are here now. And as we transition to a world that is a combination of crypto and TradFi, you know, it really is interesting. I was reading a lot of this stuff this morning, doing a lot of research in the last few days, and there's really almost nobody out there that knows how to simplify this stuff, because we're in a transition right now. You guys have to understand, we are in a transition from crypto to crypto TradFi, right? We're in a transition to one thing, and you're going to watch this channel change. We're going to talk a lot more about the institutional products. Guys, you have to understand, this is the bull run for the altcoins and the meme coins and all the things we talked about for all the years. It's here right now, but this is the transition. You have to play that to transition into this institutional world, and you have to understand it, okay? Because they're going to do the same thing they do everywhere. The informed money is going to start making all the money, but you're in a very special position because you're far ahead enough that you can understand these kinds of blockchain markets that are different than regular markets. And that's what this is all about, is broadening who can come into the liquidity of the global pool of the world to be able to trade. So anyways, very exciting stuff. And we're going to talk about centrifuge a lot more, but you know, I really, we're here, guys. We're here. And you guys are going to watch us talk a lot more about Ondo, a lot more about probably centrifuge and what they're doing. And we're going to talk more about that in Altcoin Spotlight here in just a few moments. So what is going on with the poll right now? We got 77% want to know about the Ripple CEO, my friend B-Rad Garlinghouse, Garland G House. That's what I call him. Okay. During drill bits, we're going to look at what our RWA is one more time. We're going to drill this in your head because we want you to know. We call it drill bits because it's a learning drill, okay? That's for our Bit Boy boot camp. So get ready. I got to talk to Molly. We got to get signups going for that probably next week. So I am ready for that. Okay, guys, don't forget to hit the like button, guys. It's the number one thing you can do to help the channel. As you guys know, we are a growing channel here. We've been new to the world of cryptocurrency, only having a channel since late 2023. And we're almost up to 150,000 subscribers. And we're super excited about that and can't wait. And don't forget, guys, Just smash the like button. I told you one more time. Okay, guys. Let's see. We got to check the poll results. We checked the poll results. Okay, let's move on here to the high IQ quote of the day. Change is the end result of all true learning. And that is from my guy, Leo Buscaglia, which I didn't know who he was. But let me tell you this. The SEC's policy shift and Ripple's proposal remind us that adaptation and learning are key to crypto's growth. And that's cool. I wrote that here on a card. But the thing is this is really the truth. And I will tell you, from someone who has just been through an intense learning process for the last 3 months and getting to the end of it. And, I've got a call with a developer to finish off what I've got. So it wasn't as easy as I thought. But I got to the end of it. I realized all the stuff that I had learned and all the things that I had gone through and the frustrations and different things, it led me to a better place of understanding of actually what I need to be doing to be able to kind of move forward and to be able to get the things done I want to get done. And it was kind of a refocusing. And I think that's kind of what happens whenever you're in something intense, an intense moment. You come to the end of it and you actually learn something different than what you were actually working at. So I think it's a really good quote, I think, for sure. Okay. All right. Let's move on to Market Watch.
Morning pump.
Oh, morning pump. Crypto morning pump. Boom. Did you guys like that? How is the music? Is the music good? I can't hear
I
it.
don't think there is music.
There's no music. Oh, I should just say it every time. Crypto pump. Yeah, we'll do that. I've never done that before. I've never actually live said the names of the segments or anything like that. So this will be a first for the channel. It'll be really cool.
Something tells me you're going to nail it.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm pretty good at talking. That's what they said since I was in kindergarten. I've been getting in trouble for it. Okay. From Robin Carroll, BitBoy, thank you. I purchased about 50K of GRT, my average 17 cents. There's lots of FUD. People say this coin's dead. Do you think it still makes it back to 50 cents or the coin's futures changed? Oh, man, don't listen to the FUD, man. Don't listen. Hey, guys, AI is so big. And the more I did a lot of this development, that was one of the big things that I really encountered that stuck out to me with a lot of my kind of venture and foray into development is how many times I saw the graph, how many times the graph came up. And so, when thinking about, let me give you an example, okay? You've got this WordPress plugin, okay? There's a WordPress plugin to where if you make a change somewhere or you want to make a change to your site, but you're like, like let's say I want to change the name of my brand from BitBoy Crypto to BitBoy X, okay? And I want to just go change. Now, this one makes sense, okay, for different reasons. But I want to go change everywhere the word crypto was on the entire website, including in the code. I want to change that over to say X, which that would be a nightmare right there. But, if there were different words, it would make a lot more sense. But you could do that with a plugin because that's how important it is to know where every single piece of, something that can be affected on a website or an application or something like that is very, very important. Well, for blockchain, we don't really have anything that's good at crawling those. And that's where the graph comes in. And so the more that blockchain, guys, did you see how fast traditional finance came in to crypto and overtook us? Did you see how fast it came in? Holy smokes. Everything you type in crypto now outside of WIF goes to CNBC first, right? Anything crypto, really. Now, not your degenerate altcoins and things like that, but Bitcoin, you search it, boom, that's where you're going to end up. And so I really think that, there has been a systematic kind of march towards crypto from TradFi ever since the ETF started really getting popular. And we knew it was going to get approved back in probably October, I believe it was, of 2023. That's when things have been really, really, really moving forward. And we're going to see it continue. I'm telling you. And, today's altcoin is going to be really evidence of that. So let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin. We'll take a look here. We'll take a look at the overall markets here. Our morning crypto pump. Here we go. We've got $150 billion in volume. Market cap 3.63 trillion. It's higher than a few days ago. Bitcoin dominance 55.9. ETH just can't crush at 10.5%. Gas probably about where it should be considering. But Bitcoin did have a pump. We are up over 100,000. Let me double check that. Make sure that's correct. Yeah, it is correct. It is correct. $102,575. Okay. Ethereum coming in at 31. Man, XRP at 318. XRP at big pump, 9.1%. Boom, let's go. Where's my XRP army folk? They all want to hear about XRP. And I'm here to tell you, XRP is the future. It's always been the future. It's just people couldn't see it unless you put on the cool glasses that we had. And we tried to tell people. We tried to tell them for years. For years, we tried to tell them. And now here we are. The president of the XRP army, the master and commander, the founder of I am the founder of Ripple. People do not know that.
Did you hear the news that Ondo announced this morning?
What's that?
So they're bringing OUSG to the XRP ledger.
Oh,
Right.
Oh man, that's big. And I know a lot more today than I knew yesterday, is what I'm going to tell you guys. I really, yesterday, I thought I really understood kind of, but then as I was talking about it and explaining it, I had to go back to the basics, and that's what I did. And so I can't wait to tell you guys about that later in the show, going back to the basics. And is important stuff, because these are things that I'm going to be bringing to the BitBoy boot camp that you're only going to get with me. Okay. So XRP at 318, doing well. Solana, down for the week a little bit. Let's take a look at our biggest gainers and losers of the day. We got Jupe coming in 17.9%. That, of course, is a Solana-based exchange. It's the exchange that I use when I use Solana. XDC, kind of on the heels of XRP, moving. Official Trump. I don't know what this is. This is the coin?
That's the
one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Okay. Yeah. You guys know Mr. X told me about that. I told you, Mr. X told me about this before it happened. I couldn't find the right one. He's not very specific sometimes, I'll tell you that. I don't know if it's on purpose or if it's, look, it's really hard to, what are you going to do? Go dig out and find the contract address. But man, it was really painful for me to sit there and watch that thing just go through the roof, but it's okay. I don't really look at things like that. I certainly don't look at the information he gives me like, oh, I can jump on this and make a bunch of money with it. You guys know I'm built so much differently than most people. Like most people, and I've discovered this, especially after the whole ordeal. Most people, they just care about money. Like that's it. That's all they care about. And people watching, you're probably one of these people. You just care about money. Doesn't mean you'll do terrible things for money like a lot of the people that were around me would. But it does mean that you really just care about money. Like you just come in, you want to get a bunch of money, you get a bunch of, okay, I'm good. That's not what I care about. I care about impact and I care about influence, and not being an influencer per se, but I want big, important things. You know what I want for my life? I want people to remember who I was 200-300 years down the road. That's what I want by the end of my life. Am I going to get there? I don't know. Maybe if I have about 7 or 8 more scandals, we might get there. Okay. Hey. But in all seriousness, that's what I care about. So I don't look at it like, oh, I missed this opportunity for this money. Like I look at it like, oh, that's really cool. That's more credibility. He definitely knew that was going to happen. He told me about it beforehand, and that gives to the credibility of the channel, because I believe I'm back on track to building $1 billion company here. I was before, and it got sidetracked, and we're back to it. So we're going to make it happen. So, all right. So let's go. Those are the biggest movers of the day. Hyperliquid continuing to kind of be interesting. We may have to give this one a look at some point, because it does just kind of keep moving. So it is going to be a significant player on some level, not a top flight player. But then we got XRP coming up next. Look at the biggest movers for the 24 or for the 7 days. Mantra OM. Look at that. KuCoin shares moving. That's good. That's some peanuts out to those people. 15.4% for movement. Another one we probably need to check out. I probably need to check out. Can you remind me to check these out? Dexy, Move, and what's the other one? Hyperliquid. I
would say ticker for
which one?
the first one, Dexy. You say
DEXE. I think I know that's a decentralized exchange. It's got to be. I think I actually looked at this one at some point, but at some point I think this was down in the 100 to 200 when I was doing a review, and I came across it and it looked pretty interesting, I think. But I just need to take a look at those and see what's going on with them. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Oh my gosh, guys. It is time for altcoin spotlight. Oh yeah. It doesn't have its own thing, does it?
no.
Oh man, we need it, guys. We got a team. We need a little thing that has like spotlight, you know.
Coins falling.
Spotlight.
Some
Yeah.
coins falling.
Coins falling. Yeah. No. Just a spotlight. No
Okay.
coins falling. No, I don't need that. Today's altcoin spotlight is on Centrifuge. Let's mix it up. Okay, guys. Its main purpose is to connect DeFi and RWAs or with RWAs by generating profits that are not tied to volatile assets. The market cap comes in 123 million, token price 24 cents, total supply 559 million, with 514 million of those in circulation. Why it's interesting, concept is interesting because there are big implications, blah, 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 blah. I'm just trying to look. We're going to talk about it. I'm not just going to read it here. Okay. All right. So we'll go over their latest news, but I want to talk to you guys about what Centrifuge is. Okay. So we're going to start. Let's go to their website first. Centrifuge. And one thing you will notice about Centrifuge is it does. That's not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted. Okay. There we go. One thing you guys will notice about Centrifuge is it does seem to fit almost kind of the Pith and Ondo logo, right? We talked about it before. It's got the Fibonacci kind of sequence rolled up into that thing or the golden ratio. I think it's kind of the same thing. But the point is that people have said, they pointed this and said, oh, is this the top tier like these other ones? And, the thing is, I was told is sometimes the little tier 2 ones, they try to mimic the hallmarks of the top. And for good reason, why would you not want to do something similar to what Ondo does if you're Centrifuge? But this doesn't mean the Centrifuge can't stand on its own, okay? So I just always want to point this out and say Ondo is the top. And we're going to talk about some other RWAs down the line that I think have a lot more potential for growth because they're a little bit further down the list than Centrifuge. But Centrifuge, if you've got an RWA portfolio, I think you would almost be a dummy not to have this in there, to be honest with you. This kind of is a behemoth here, and people don't realize that. And we are looking at something that is very, very, very significant here. Okay, so let's see. So here we are on the website, Centrifuge. Let's see if we can pull that up here. Okay, and can you pull me in tight, or do I need to?
Should be able to.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. That's good. Okay. All right. So you come down here and you start looking, and it looks kind of like every other one of these sites. Okay. But of course, you notice here, they've got your treasury bills, your DeFi yields, and your CLOs. And I guess, when do I want to talk about this? Do I want to talk about this right now? Do I want to talk about going back to the basics here? I think I do. Okay. So look, I'm going to tell you guys like this. Okay. I told you guys yesterday, I struggle with treasury and yields, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. I never have. It's the most boring thing in all of what we do in the world of finance. And it was something I didn't really care about. I wasn't going to put money into it. I'm not investing in the dollar, which you're investing in the government, but it's kind of the same thing in a sense. And it sounds like something for my grandpa. My grandpa's in crypto. I guess it's his grandpa. But the thing is the reason why I'm not interested in it is because I don't have money on an institutional level. Okay. And I don't have money set aside for safekeeping. I did it one time, I thought, but I guess I never really did. I don't have some kind of giant pool of millions of dollars sitting around that I can take and go put into a bunch of IOUs to the government. Okay. And so I think probably a lot of you guys are in a similar situation. You came in because you're in crypto. Now, if you came in because you were in TradFi or stocks, you might know all this. I didn't. So I want to give you guys just kind of a quick explainer to understand bonds and T-bills and notes. Okay. So I came up with an acronym. It's BNB, right? Binance Coin, right? BNB. So it stands for bills, notes, bonds. You got to remember the order though, right? Bills, notes, bonds. That's the order. Okay. So your bills are going to be your short term. We'll talk about your T-bills, your treasury bills. And then your midterm are going to be your the notes, your T notes. And those are like 2 years to 10 years. And then you have your bonds that are like 10 years to 30 years. Okay. Now, what does that even mean? Like, who cares about that? What does that even mean? Okay. So here's the thing. Okay. Here's a great analogy for you guys. And you can thank my AI genie. He came up with this. And I think it's original. I don't think it's somewhere else on the internet. Maybe someone else has used this before. But he explained it to me in a way and it made so much sense. Okay. So you move into a house, big house, huge house. You got a neighbor, big house, big neighbor. The guy's got a lot of money everywhere. But for some reason, he doesn't ever seem to have it, right? But you know he's got it. He just never seemed to have it on him, man. It sounds a lot like me back in the day. Okay. He always needs to borrow money from you for some reason. He's your rich neighbor. This is the U.S. government. Your U.S. government. The U.S. government is your super rich neighbor. Always got money, but he always needs something. He always needs a little bit of money. Hey, man, I got my money all tied up in this. Give me a little bit of this. And so you classify the way that you hand your rich neighbor. He gives you some interest. Not much, but he gives you a little bit back. And he's your neighbor. You know, you love him. You hang out with him. You don't love him in a weird way, but you love hanging out with the fam and stuff like that. I don't know. You don't love your neighbors like that these days. But the point is that you got 3 pools of kind of different loans he's going to take from you. Some are like, hey, you just need this for a little bit. He might give it to you any day. You know, he might give it to you next time he sees you. Might give it to you 3 months down the road, but just any day. These are your treasury bills. These are your short-term loans. You're very short-term. You get to the government, boom, boom, boom. Actually, you pay the government for the treasury bills. You pay the front end. So for like $1,000, you pay like $980. And then in 6 months or however long, whenever you get your coupon back, I think it's 6 months. But the point is that when you get that back, you get your $1,000 back. So it's like you fronted the government like $980, and then they give you like $1,000 is the way that the treasury bills work. And those are less than 1 year. Okay, those are your short-term loans. Then you have your treasury notes. Those are your 2 to 10 years. These are like your car payment. It's like a car payment. Hey, man, can you pay my car payment? You know, that's what he's asking you. It's his car payment's now your car payment, I guess, right? He just needs you to pay it because he gets paid every quarter. He's got to pay that every month. Every month he's got to pay it. So, he needs you to pay it for him. So, you're paying his car bill for him. Okay. Now, this is different because you're not paying up front for it. Like, in a sense, you're paying up front for it. But not in the same way. Like, you're getting interest back. Okay. You get interest back every 6 months, I believe it is on these. Maybe I'm incorrect on that. I think that's right. You get interest on that every 6 months. They call them coupons. And then at the end of the term, like let's say it's 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, whenever you pay its car off, you get all the money back that you gave it. Like you let it borrow the money, and then you got money from it, and then you get your money back at the end. And then a bond, it basically essentially works the same way. It's just on a higher time frame. It's like your mortgage. It's not your car payment, right? It's your mortgage. It's your long term. This is what. Hey, man, I only get paid once every 31 years. I don't know if you know this, like every 31 years is a 30-year mortgage. So, if you pay my mortgage for me, U.S. government, he's always asking for something, but he's good for it because, he's U.S. government. He's good for it. He tells you it's good for it. So that's a little bit to help you guys kind of, I know we're like moving to the centrifuge, but it's really important, I think, for people that don't understand what that is. I didn't know any of that stuff, to be honest with you. I really didn't. I never put money into it. So that was a good overview that kind of my AI genie gave me about how to understand how all these things work together. And it's important because as we move back to centrifuge here, it's really important to understand that because centrifuge is pools of real world assets, RWAs, right? Well, the very first thing it's got here are the treasury bills. And I think these are different than the USDY. So the USDY, by the way, is the treasury bills, and the OUSG is the bonds and the notes. That's basically the way that it works. So that's why the price of Ondo, no, not the price of Ondo. The price of USDY is always going to be equal. I think it should be like to the annualized rate. I think. But Ondo has that side of it kind of crushed. They've got like the security side. I feel, or I don't know if you call it securities, but it's got the bills and the treasuries, right? It's got it now. Centrifuge is doing that too. But centrifuge offers basically anything that's not tokenized to come in to the tokenized world. And that's centrifuge, right? What is a centrifuge? It's a scientific thing that you put a bunch of liquids in and it mixes and moves it really quickly around. That's what it is. It's mixing TradFi and crypto, but it's also mixing the different types of investments into now the tokenized world in a sense. And so lately they've had some news, some of the latest news. They're featured in a Superstate report on the state of tokenization. Superstate is an asset management firm based out of New York. modernizing the infrastructure of investment funds. And so let's see. Let me see what else I want to cover on the website here about this. You can see here, it's multi-chain. You can see they work with Polkadot. They work with Aave. They work with Block Tower. They work with Arbitrum. They work with Celo. They work with Sky, Base, and Circle. So it's an asset agnostic. Now it also has something called, maybe it is if we launch the app. Let's launch the app real quick. I don't know. This is different. This is the Centrifuge app. This shows the total value locked here, 122 million essentially. You can see the governance. There is a token. Now this is the Anemoy Liquid Treasury Fund. They call this LTF. You may see this called LTF if you look around. And they also have something called the Silver Series. Now Centrifuge also has let's see the pools. Let's see, where did I get to? It's Morpho. Let me find Morpho. So Morpho is their application to hedge. I think it's like to hedge against RWAs or something like that. Let me see if I can find it more. Let me just go straight to it. Morpho. So this was big news when this came out. They were having I think it was a merge with Morpho, or they were a partnership with Morpho. So here's Morpho. It's open infrastructure for on-chain loans. It's the most secure, efficient, and flexible lending platform. And if you go here, you can launch their application. This is where I was playing around this morning. I was looking at this, and it's got an earn, and they have borrow. And let's see if it's going to pop up here. Okay, you got Spark DAI Vault. That's interesting, Spark DAI. But one of their biggest ones is this thing called Stakehouse Financial. And Stakehouse USDC Vault aims to optimize yields by lending USDC against blue chip crypto and real world asset collateral markets, depending on market conditions. We call this the dual engine. And so anyways, I don't know. Can anybody just contribute to this? I mean, it seems like maybe you can. Just you have USDC that's.
It looked like some of them had like a minimum contribution of like 500K or whatever. But I think as long as you meet that threshold, it looks like you pop in there.
Well, I tell you, this is stuff we're going to be doing, guys, over time. I mean, we're not going to switch to it right now. It doesn't make sense for us to totally switch over. But when it comes to the bear market, this is the stuff we're going to be doing because this is the stuff that may have potential to continue to make money even when things are down. So in Centrifuge, we will very quickly go to the coin or go to CoinGecko here and just kind of take a look at it. We will look at the chart here in just a second, but you can see it had a run up back in the last run. And then of course, during, to the pre-halving, and then boom, has not returned since. And man, I am looking at this and it is looking like it is a good price to me. I don't know. What say you, Bit Squad? Put your thoughts in the comments and let me know. So in closing, Centrifuge is a crypto to watch due to its role in bridging RWAs and DeFi, enabling businesses to tokenize assets like, and these are things we didn't talk about, watch out, Proppy, like real estate, invoices, and mortgages, collateralize those for liquidity. Wow. Its collaboration with Block Tower, which is a big investment arm, reduce securitization costs by 97%, or is that a defense place? I guess it maybe sounds like, I guess Block Tower. I saw Block Tower CEO and I thought he was maybe an investment guy, but maybe it's a security guy. Can you look up what Block Tower is?
Yep.
Reduce securitization costs by 97% and partnerships with tomorrow's coin. Tomorrow we're going to look at MakerDAO, a coin that I never thought I would really have a reason to go in depth and look at. Well, here we are with RWAs, and Centrifuge has got a partnership with MakerDAO, and it's very, very interesting. People are collateralizing DAIs. They're taking RWAs and collateralizing it for DAI. And it's very, very interesting how it's happening. And it shows you that there still is something about that enterprise and institutional pool of Ethereum. They still love it. All these things are built on Ethereum. And I think that is Centrifuge linked to Base, though, right? Is that correct?
I'd have to take a look. I will do that in a sec. Block Tower is an institutional investment firm applying professional trading, venture investing, credit underwriting, and portfolio management to digital and traditional assets.
There you go. Okay. So you guys can see there that it's an investment arm And basically, I guess whatever securitization, I guess, is because they're trusted as collateralizers, I guess I would say. So this is Centrifuge here, and community search on Twitter. Yeah, I guess I don't. Polkadot. Is this right? Is it built on Polkadot? That can't be right. It links over to Polkadot. It's one of the partners they work with. I've seen, but anyways. Okay. All right, guys. With increasing adoption of RWA, Centrifuge is positioned for significant growth in the evolving DeFi market. Okay. Do you still think AI crypto will have a run soon after the DeepSeek situation? Yes, absolutely. The DeepSeek is not a situation. There's no situation with DeepSeek, guys. This is all good. It's all innovation and movement. RWA question. This is from Dr. D. Kane, $10 super chat. Thank you for the super chats, guys. I'm way up on HBAR. Thinking of rolling profits into Ondo for the remainder of the cycle before going all in on LTE. Your thoughts, gents? Not financial advice, of course. Thanks for everything. I don't know what LTE is. What is that?
I'll take a look. I don't either.
Is this a soft shill? Could be. Smart guy.
I don't think so.
Probably not though. I think HBAR. Anytime you have projects that have big partnership announcements, I'm not sure if the price went up because of it, but that's usually a good time to, if it does make a pump, usually it'll go back down after that, depending on what the market's doing. But I think if you're way up on HBAR, then I don't know where you got in at. So you must be doing pretty well. And I would say rolling profits into anything like Ondo is usually a good idea. I think there's a reason I've got Ondo, Pith, GRT, Render. Like these are my near protocol. These are my top coins. I mean, I believe will be the top ones by the end of this bull run. Of course, SWI, Solana, XRP, they're all in there still. Those are from last year. Those are last year's picks, this year's picks, going hard on coins that I really do believe are the future. And so why would I not say roll profits into something like Ondo? So yes, I would say that's good. Let me see more super chats. There was another one I think I missed.
We had a couple more. There's one from Cameron saying, convenient, isn't it that a day after DeepSeek crashes the markets, they get a cyber attack? So normal.
Yeah, I know, right? You always got to make it look normal, guys. Okay, you are the reason. 172,000 XRP, average 19 cents. Wow. 58K Ondo, average 62 cents. Boom, all in. Hoping to see our family's first ever $1 million. Man, congratulations. You're gonna do pretty well. You're doing pretty well right now. It's fantastic. I don't know if we'll make the most millionaires this bull run because we didn't start maybe with the highest numbers, but I think we probably still will. I mean, guys, we own SWI and XRP. We own those and Solana. I'm the Sultan of Solana. Okay, come on, guys. Everybody knows that. Okay. All right, now look, guys, we got a very important announcement for you guys. As we move towards our signals and setups segment here, we're going to take a look at the charts. We're going to take a look at actually the coin, Centrifuge. We do have to say thank you to our new signals and setup sponsor. We have a new segment sponsor, and that's right. It is Zen Ledger. That's right, guys. We love Zen Ledger because we love crypto taxes, and we actually love when people pay their crypto taxes. It's absolutely phenomenal. And one of the great things about Zen Ledger, by the way, if you have questions about crypto taxes, all you have to do is go to their website. I believe it's zenledger.io. Did we put that? Is it zenledger.io? I think it is. Let's double check that. But if you go there to the website, and if you have questions, even if you don't have an account or you haven't purchased their products, they will still help you. And to me, I always thought that was the best thing about Zen Ledger. And I know this because the last time I did my crypto taxes was 2019, and Zen Ledger is who I used. So thank you.
Yep.
Thank you to the people that I paid to do my taxes all the rest of the years.
Zenledger.io is correct.
The what?
Zenledger.io.
It is zenledger.io. And you don't need a special link to go. You just go to zenledger.io. But if you want to get 10% off, all you got to do is use a code BitBoy10. That's 10, BitBoy10. All right, guys. Let's move on. Thank you to signals and setups by Zen Ledger. Oh, God, that's sharp. That looks good, man. Oh, that one's 15 seconds long.
Yeah. That was long.
Am I supposed to fill it with audio?
You probably could. We could.
Signals and setups. That was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
That one segment was pre-recorded.
Oh, that was perfect, man.
That's perfect, wasn't it? Okay, I had to remember you did say it was 15 seconds. I do have to
Actually,
remember.
those are videos, and I believe that they mute your mic, so you don't.
Oh, you guys missed it. I gave you everything you needed to know. But if you guys didn't know, it is the #1 time for getting ready for taxes, and you can actually completely file your taxes in Ledger. You don't just do the crypto part. You can completely file them there now as well. So, and I do have great things to say about this company. I worked with this company for real, and I do believe it is very good for your crypto taxes. This is who you need to use. So definitely do not use decrypt tax. So is that what it's called? Decrypted tax. This guy Ernest, he's a scammer. He's an actual literal scammer that played a role in stealing, trying to still hide and cover up the stealing from my company. So I would not use Ernest Lee from Decrypted Tax or whatever it is. Something they promoted on the other channel. Complete and utter fraud and scamster. Man, he looked like such a crackhead every time I saw him too. Okay. All right. So we want to move on and check out.
We just got a $50 super chat from Face.
Oh, what does he say? What's up?
The BitBoy Altered Ego XRP boy.
That's right. That's right. I just don't like that it says P-Boy at the end. I am not P-Boy. Crypto Face. Okay. I'm the BitBoy. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's check out the charts. I did want to first, of course, pull up, like I was talking about, we will pull up the centrifuge chart here. Take a look because, looking at it, it looks like, man, it's probably a pretty good investment, I would think. I would think. And guys, I want you guys to know I have no ties at all to any of these companies. I've never put any money in centrifuge. I actually, to be honest with you, didn't know a ton about it until today. But look at that. Look at those scam pump wicks. Golly. So this is against Tether. It is USDT. So that's what everything's trading against. This is a 4-hour chart. Let's go check out the daily on this and see. Speaking of crypto phase, we got Market Cypher right on down at the bottom of the chat. And I told Crypto Face I was going to do a Market Cypher video, and I'm still going to do it. I'm just now to the point where I'm going to make this video. I swear it's on my list. And the reason is because Market Cypher really is such a great product. And over the years, it has really shown itself to really be able to call a lot of the biggest moves that have happened. And I don't know if we have a link to show for it. So we have a link somewhere for it. But I do believe that it is an absolutely great indicator. And I think that, when you pull up Market Cypher B here and you look back at centrifuge, you can see it did call with the big green dots its biggest pumps here. But, the question is this thing going to have another monstrous run up? And I'll be really honest with you guys. I don't feel confident saying right now, to be honest with you. I don't feel confident saying if you were to look here from the launch, you would certainly say, if this thing were to break out, it would be massive. Let's go from the somewhere thereabouts. Somewhere thereabouts. So it's really got to break out back up to above 50 cents or somewhere thereabouts to really be pumping and moving. But it does show you that if the price were to get over this kind of downtrend, overall downtrend, when you look back at the daily since its history, or since it's been trading here on, I guess it's OKX, I think you would say it would have a massive run to the upside if it were to break out. Kind of similar, it reminds, what this reminds me of a lot. Let's go look the XRP chart. This reminds me of the XRP chart from 2017 to today, and now we have the breakout. It was the same kind of thing. This looks like a more kind of compact version of that. And I just don't really, after really looking into centrifuge, I don't see how it can lose. I really don't. I think they have a lot of this market already cornered. That's what I believe. They're working with Coinbase, working with Circle, they're working with Aave, and looking at Aave's connections now with Trump and all this stuff. I don't think centrifuge can lose as an RWA project. So what you're asking here, when you're saying, can this project on this chart get above this line and have a massive breakout to the upside? You're saying, do I believe RWAs are going to pump in the cycle? And yes, I do. So I think that's the answer. I would feel very confident buying centrifuge. Now that doesn't mean that if you look here at the chart, okay, you do have what's the downside here? Well, it's been at lower marks, it's been down I guess, God, I wanted to, I thought I had a line. Man, I was doing so good with this. Come on. Okay. I'll just tell you what the price is. I mean, look, the price down around 17 cents. What's the price at right now? 23 cents. Guys, the downside is not even that bad. It's always at the very bottom. And it seems very interesting to me that this one is down so much compared to everything else. This one got so many institutional ties. I don't know. Maybe like they were waiting for Ondo to have that big release and they could clear all that FUD before maybe getting things back around and going. I think that's definitely something to consider. So overall, definitely one I would consider putting in my portfolio, centrifuge, and I will consider it. I'm more interested, to be honest with you guys, on playing with these protocols and actually getting on and doing some of these actions that these things are offering, just to be able to get the experience to talk about it a little bit clearer with you guys, because I'm telling you guys, the RWAs, the institutional investing, this is the future of crypto. This is where it's going. We'll always cover the degenerate stuff because that's what we do here. But the vast majority of it, I'm telling you, in the future is going to be, we're moving to just a slightly more interesting financial world, like just a slightly more interesting CNBC. It's Morning Crypto with BitBoy. That's how it goes. I will never wear a suit on the show. That's true. That's a promise. I mean, maybe once or twice, but I will not wear suits on the show. Okay. All right. So looking at Ethereum here, looking at the 4-hour chart, let's see if there's anything interesting here. Okay. We did have a green dot here on the 4-hour, a large green dot, but we did already have a move, and that could be a move. That could be the end of that potentially. I don't know. But it doesn't have a lot of momentum here. But I would say if you were to look back on the 4-hour, say, okay, we don't have momentum upwards, but we are going sideways, and we are making a higher low here. This is clearly a higher low. And so, can we get back up to the control point? Can we get back up to $3,400, $3,500? We'll just have to see. But I can tell you, the more, man, it's so amazing how these institutions just do this stuff right in front of our face, and people just don't see it. They just don't notice it. It really is interesting to watch the way that the institutions and, some of the corporations that they're moving around Ethereum right now. It is very fascinating because obviously the price is down. There's no positive momentum to speak of. And really the large narrative is Ethereum's dead. And I'm out here talking about, I believe, Ethereum for usage of things like NFTs and decentralized applications that are not directly DeFi or linked to institutions or private blockchains, like anything that's not that, I think, okay, that all that stuff's moved to other chains, which is the stuff that my audiences for years mostly cared about. We're moving to a new place. And the audience that's been with me since 2017, 2018, you have to move with me to the future because this is where things are going. I'm the last person to move to the future that's in the first group of people that move to the future, I promise. Because after I get there, I tell everybody. That's true.
That's funny.
It is true. So, okay. Did I miss any more super chats? Was that it?
I believe the face was the last one, yeah.
Okay. All right. So looking at Ethereum, like I said, it's just very fascinating to watch how much the institutional, how much these things are using Ethereum. I mean, BlackRock, a Biddle fund, right? That's Ethereum. All of the, and you see what they've done? They've pushed the regular user out to make it safe for them because they don't like, people, random 7up.eths and stuff like that trying to steal all their money, random users on the interwebs, Tyler Durdens and whatnot out there trying to fight club your money and fish you and hack you and all those things. They don't want to deal with those things. And it's funny. I was going, now let me say this about Centrifuge. You may not know this. Did you know that the way that they tokenize, the way that Centrifuge tokenizes their RWAs is with the, God, I just lost my train of thought. Hold on. How do they tokenize the RWAs? They tokenize the RWAs. They use a collateralized with DAI, but I lost my train of thought and it was so good because it's so important to this. Making an NFT. They make an NFT. That's what it is. Your access to their fund is an NFT, and you can take that NFT and you can collateralize it and you can borrow against it. And so I don't want to give you guys all my proprietary things on how I figure out all the things that I figure out other than just stuff that Mr. X tells me. But I do think that everybody missed the boat, right? And I think people like me were trying to tell people all along that, guys, yes, we love monkeys with cool bananas in their hands and cigarettes and things like, yeah, we love that stuff. Cool. That's not what NFTs are for, right? NFTs are for ownership, marking digital ownership of something. And people didn't grasp that because everybody's focused on the JPEGs. Meanwhile, TradFi was in the background actually figuring out how to use these. And so Centrifuge, it uses NFTs for collateralization. And it was funny as I was going through this, there wasn't a mention about trading any NFTs on OpenSea, not a mention of it. And, I was reading something where somebody made a comment in one of these TradFi articles about NFTs and said something about another kind of NFT, like a monkey NFT or whatever it was. And the people were like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? And I was like, man.
I don't even know this whole world exists.
I tell you, there's few people that know both worlds exist. And, I feel like it's my job to drive people to these places. So, okay, guys, it is now time to move on towards our deep dive story. Which one was voted? That's right, guys. Deep dive, deep dive, deep dive. That's right, guys. I said that live this time for the first time ever on the show. You guys voted for Ripple CEO and crypto reserve.
Shocking.
That's right, guys. That's right. Ripple is out there leading the charge when it comes to everything in crypto. And wait, let me rephrase that. Ripple is leading everything. That's right, guys. XRP Army. Where is my XRP Army at? Is my XRP Army still in the chat? Is my XRP Army still in the chat? Do you still come watch your daily XRP commander, master and commander, tell you what's going to happen with this coin? Because I tell you all the time, and it always happens. Over the years, we've proven that. So here we go. Ripple CEO's U.S. crypto reserve proposal. Okay. All right. So, okay. Great. Okay. So we're going to look at the story here. Okay. Ripple CEO advocates for diversified U.S. digital asset reserve. Ripple Labs CEO Brad Garlinghouse has voiced support for a diversified U.S. digital asset reserve, emphasizing the importance of including multiple tokens rather than focusing solely on Bitcoin or XRP. So Garlinghouse shared his perspective on social media, saying that the future of crypto lies in a multi-chain ecosystem. He highlighted the need for a level playing field where no single token dominates, suggesting that a government digital asset reserve should reflect the diversity of the crypto industry. And I tell you, one thing people are not really talking about is they're not talking about U.S. coins, and I think there was someone who put out a video recently. It's on top U.S. coins. How do you leave SWI off the list? How do you not put SWI on? SWI and XRP are our best two American coins, period. You guys are going to find that out. Ondo is going to be grandfathered in because the institutions have all the money, okay? I get it. But Ripple and SWI, those are your best two American coins, period. They represent everything about American innovation and coming to the party late and still being able to crush it, which is what Americans usually do. That's what I do. I know that.
Back-to-back World War champs, buddy.
Boom. Hey. Three-peat?
Let's get it.
I don't know. We'll have to see if the Chiefs three-peat, then I think we're game. If the Chiefs somehow lose this football game and the Eagles win, it's not because I don't like people from Philadelphia. It's for a different reason. I think that could mean if the Eagles win, that could mean they win 2 Super Bowls, that it's probably apocalypse for all of us. I think so. I actually like Jalen Hurts. Okay. Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. I like him pretty good. Saquon's growing on me. I did love how he dropped that pass against the Falcons, and that allowed us to win the football game because we definitely would have lost. He really gave us a win there. So, okay. All right. So Trump's digital reserve proposal, the idea of a U.S. digital asset reserve gained traction after Trump proposed evaluating its feasibility during his campaign. Let's see here. On decentralized betting platform market Polymarket, traders currently estimate just a 19% chance Trump will announce a BT reserve within the first 100 days. Is that important? I don't think it's important. Is it important it happens in the first 100 days? I don't think so. Is it important it even happens? I don't know. What's important is people like talk about it. They think it's cool. And I like that. I like that people think it's cool. Okay. So we have, let's see, Brad Garlinghouse took the opportunity to criticize crypto maximalism. The belief that no token should dominate the market. That's a weird way to say it. He described the mindset as counterproductive to the broader progress of the crypto industry. Okay, and let's see, path forward. So Garlinghouse call for inclusivity reflects a broader sentiment within the industry. Yeah, so anyways, look, we got Brad Garlinghouse out here feeling comfortable enough to be talking about and make sure you're going to be diversified, put XRP in that fund. And I think that, was there another? Let's go back to, this is what I want to go to. I want to go to the chart. And let's just kind of look at the chart for XRP and see what is going on here. It said XRP when I clicked on it, and then it went to Pith. I don't know why I did that, but here we go. Okay.
Sign.
It's a sign? Okay. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So, man, this thing went all the way up to 343. This is on the 4-hour chart. So this is back about 2 weeks ago. Same time Bitcoin hit a new high. And look, it's outside of this one kind of major dump that it did have, it has held pretty steady, to be honest with you. There we go. Yeah, it has held pretty steady. I mean, it bounced right back from this, and it just really shows you resilience. I think when you look at a lot of other projects, you're not going to see that same kind of resilience across this time. And, when we do see these massive moves for XRPs, these scam wicks, they do definitely happen. It does suck. But I also believe that, this is the opportunity, the flushing out of the leverage or the opportunities that the institutions of the big money use to push away barriers to the open market. So I want to know from you guys from the Bit Squad. I want to know, what do you guys think about this move? What do you guys think that Brad Garlinghouse and Donald Trump are tight? That's what I want to know. Do you think Brad Garlinghouse is going to be calling some crypto shots? That's what I want to know.
B Red G Hizzy.
That's right. And I just realized I am not in the right part of the chat. Yeah. And by the way, we're going to do an AI. We're going to do an AI special 2 weeks here coming up after this, after we do our RWAs. We're going to do AI. And then I don't know what we're going to do next. I'm not sure. We'll probably have people start voting and come up with things that we should do, because I think that's what we should do. We should always have the news. People want to know the news. They want to know the charts. We also have something else that is the focus, where we can show some continuous growth and where you get something out of coming to the show every day, right? You are getting this knowledge about the altcoin, you're getting the altcoin spotlight, you're getting drill bits, you're learning about RWAs. We're going to do that. And then, of course, you get all the great stuff we usually do. But we are putting more focus into kind of being more structured and organized. As we need to do this for the BitBoy Bootcamp as well. So, okay. Wow, I don't even see this person. Must be a scammer. Ripple partners with Chainlink to drive their stablecoin on tech rails, offered by Chainlink, smart contracts, CredFi. I will tell you, speaking of CredFi, I don't know what CredFi is, but it reminded me of something. I had the next frontier and all this stuff. They've already started tackling the treasury markets. Now, what's the next frontier for crypto? What's the next market it's going to bring in? I happen to know it and you don't, and I'll tell you what that is at some point here in the next few weeks. So make sure you're listening and watching the channel. Make sure you subscribe if you want to know the next big thing, because I do know what it is. I do know. As you guys know, I always turn out to be right winning crypto, except for, look, I was wrong about Cardano being a great coin, and I was wrong about Ethereum flipping Bitcoin. I was certainly wrong about those things, but almost everything else I was right about. Okay. All right. So let's see what you guys are saying about XRP here. Let's see. What's up, Doug and M Ninja, Mike Volmer in the house, Ryan Anderson. Yeah, there you go. Cool. And for you guys that are our mods, for you, Ryan and I think it's Jake and Mike, maybe. We're going to let you guys see some of the content for the BitBoy Bootcamp for anybody else does. So get ready for that. Okay. XRPL is a decentralized public blockchain. That is correct. It is a decentralized public blockchain. Anybody can use it. It is open source. But of course, the XRP token, it does run kind of on its own little rails there. It doesn't mean just, you can't just make new XRP coins or anything like that. But you can make tokens on the XRPL that are something different. The real estate market is next for crypto. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting thought. I think there is some stuff there. But that's not the one that not the one I'm going to tell you about. Absolutely not. Let's see here. XRP is about to take over. I mean, yeah, it's taking over right now. I mean, what do you mean? I mean, look around, guys. It's here. XRP's here. It's done it. And it's just going to get stronger and more powerful. And token's going to continue to grow in price throughout this bull run. And it's a super exciting time if you're in the XRP army. Right now, if you're not in the XRP army, then I don't know. You must not have been watching because we were telling you for years and years exactly what was going to happen. So new thing today, guys. We're actually going straight to newsfeed here. And guys, as we move to newsfeed, I do have to remind you guys to smash the like button. Number one thing you can do to help out the channel and to help other people know about this weird coin obsession you have. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me see. I got to use this card here. Okay. All right. So what happened? The other story we're going to look at here today. The other story we're going to look at is the SEC revoking SAB 121. This is Staff Accounting Bulletin 121 from the SEC. And basically, what did it do? Look, people are going to tell you all kinds of things that this did. They're going to talk about the language that the SEC used in the bulletin and things like that. But do you want to really know what it means? Do you guys want to know what SAB 121 really was? It was an act by the SEC to put unnecessary accounting, what's another word for albatross around the neck? Not barriers, but to basically make it hard.
Red tape.
To put bureaucratic red tape on top of crypto accounting to make it more laborious so that institutions would be less likely to do it. That's what it means. That's the long and the short of SAB 121. So it is, a lot of people think it's a turning point now that this has been revoked because this was a big holdup. You guys can see my guy, Gary G. You guys know we are friends. Me and Gary did go way back to, I guess it was December 2023 or January 2024. I can't even remember what it was that me and Gary met and talked about the ETF. And we got it over the finish line. Me and Gary did. I did go up to the SEC. It was a great, and I tell you, people need to remember the history of crypto. I stood outside of the SEC for you. I stood outside the SEC with a sign that said I will not move until the Bitcoin ETF was approved. Gary called me. Well, Gary's people called my people. Sorry, I'm getting thirsty. Gary's people called my people and set up a meeting, and we met. And yes, the Bitcoin ETF was approved, and that is crypto history. Everyone knows it. You can find articles about it if you want to go look. They are out there, believe it or not. So this is a big move because this is basically, F you, Gary Gensler. We are moving in. Crypto is moving in. Our new crypto czar, David Sachs. My buddy, David Sachs. Everybody loves Sachs. Sachs is going to be taking over as the crypto and AI czar. And he is, Gary Gensler, you're out of here. And you don't have a say in crypto anymore. And that is what this story is about. That is what this thing being appealed is about, being removed. Now banks, financial entities, they can move around more freely in the crypto space. And if you don't see it, this is how you know adoption's here, guys. Adoption is here. There are moving barriers to make it easier for the biggest money in the world to come into crypto. Think about that. Boom, 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 boom. I love it. I can't stop smiling. I just want to see, like, my whole life I want to walk around and say, I told you so, 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 told you. Remember when I was a bean, people made fun of me? Told you, I told you. I was right. The whole time, since I got in crypto and I started telling people how crazy this stuff was, way back in 2012, I was right. And every day I just look more and more and I see it. Gary Gensler, you were wrong. I was right. Well, we were right for each other that one day, and that's all that mattered, Gary. Okay. Next story here. Let's see here. Next story. We got China's deep. Let's see. Where do we have a story on it? Let's see here. That's that one. China's DeepSeek AI emerges as a game changer in the global AI industry. The emergence of DeepSeek, a Chinese AI startup, is shaking up the world. Did you say something about a DeepSeek crash? What were you saying? What was Cameron saying about that? There's a hack.
Oh yeah, let me go look at that.
Yeah, see what that was. But anyways, and I did ask Mr. X. You know what? Let me check my phone real quick because I did ask Mr. X this morning about Sam Altman.
So he said, convenient isn't a day after the DeepSeek crashes the markets, they get a cyber attack.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Okay, that does make a lot of sense actually. Yeah, I completely understand why he said that now. Okay, so let me go over here. Let's see, because Sam Altman always gets left out. He's not. Mr. X doesn't seem to care about him very much. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay, of course, it makes sense. So you guys know, Zuck, Elon, Bezos, they're all in Mr. X's plan. We've been telling you the whole time. We've been talking about this. We've been talking about Mr. X pulling these people to our side, to the good side, for over a year now. This is long before anyone was talking about this. Okay, we got all the documented evidence of that. I got all the messages to back it up. Okay. I just why is OpenAI? All he's telling me about is XAI. That's going to be number one, the biggest. And of course, Elon is doing a super app. That's what this whole thing's about. Okay. And that's just going to be part of it, but it's going to be a major part of it. And they're so much further ahead than everybody else in AI. People just don't realize it yet. Okay. Then next, we have Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, right? Zuckerberg, Meta obviously has their own model Llama. It's really good. I like it for different things. And they use that. And now all of a sudden he's doing all kinds of big things. We've got a big video on Zuckerberg coming for you guys. It is next on my list of things to do. And it is going to be out probably this weekend or this week. I don't know. But you guys it's going to show you guys what Zuck is for real. This is for real. He's on our side. Zuck is for real. I'm the only person that says this stuff unequivocally and yet have not been proven wrong at all in any of it. Okay. Why in the world? Of course, Jeff Bezos is kind of taking on Elon Musk's project he was working on before he's working on what he's working on now. And it was already going to be a super app, but now Elon's working on something totally different. Okay. The thing is that why was Sam what OpenAI ChatGPT is the best to me so far, what I've seen. It gives me the most options, allows me to do this and that. This short term, I believe. I think this will be passed by other things. That's why I'm building infrastructures to get my bots off of there. Okay. But the point is that Elon and Sam Altman hate each other, right? They hate each other. Like, I think basically Elon thinks Sam is evil, I think, is what. I don't, Mr. X hasn't told me that, but I do know that Elon does despise, Mr. X did point that out to me, that Mr. X does despise Sam Altman. But I asked him, I said, why is Sam left out? Why is OpenAI? What's the significance of it? They just had this big announcement about their Stargate thing, whatever. You know what he said? I have no use for him. That's what he said. So he has no use for him. So I guess he's not in the party. So, and this is where you see the things that Mr. X is telling me that I'm like, okay. I see you don't have use for him, but at this point, to me, it's been the best. So it's really interesting. But back to the DeepSeek story. Emergence of DeepSeek, a Chinese AI startup, is shaking up the technology world with its advanced models and cost-effective approach. If you guys want to use these, by the way, if you guys want to use any of these models, you can actually go to like Anaconda. It's like, I think it's kind of like a developer thing for the Python language, I think, maybe. I don't even know what it is really. You have Minicon and Anaconda, but they have an AI navigator, and you can actually go there and you can download models on your machine, or you can use them right there. You can try them out. It's really, really cool. So I would definitely suggest that if you guys are interested in this nerd stuff that I live and die by. I'm deep in the nerd stuff because I want to get out of the nerd stuff. It's my goal to get out of this eventually. So. Okay, so let's see. The V3 model was reportedly trained for just $6 million using NVIDIA's H800 chips. Oh, wow. U.S. firms have invested billions in similar technologies, and that was just $6 million. Wow. Okay. I think they may have a plan. They may know something we don't. Maybe this is true. The rise of DeepSeek has caught the attention of political leaders. Catalyst for industry transformation. Man, I tell you, that is really, really interesting. Okay, so we'll have to see what happens. I think that at the end of the day, I should probably ask Mr. X about that too. That's exactly what I should do. Why would I do anything different? Oh, preempted. Let me make sure I can read this. Okay, here we go. About all of the DeepSeek hoopla. You want to know what's really the deal with DeepSeek? You want to know? I'm about to tell you. The deal with DeepSeek. You want to know? Okay.
Better smash the like if you want.
You better smash the like button if you want to know. I better watch those hearts. I love that really gay emoji. You don't send a red heart to your buddy. You don't do that. You don't send a red heart to your buddy unless I don't know. Unless you're little short guy, you know what?
Okay.
What? Yeah. Little short guy sent it to your bearded buddy. Sorry. I told you long ago that China was miles ahead on the tech development. We talked about it for years, actually, especially AI in some areas in the quantum field, and that she had put a strong emphasis on this. And you told your audience also ages ago when you were advised of this, because we've told you this before. Folks are just finding out the AI progress now, and it's a huge deal affecting the tech world and related tech financial markets. Wait until everyone starts to figure out how far China has advanced in so many tech development areas, including the quantum-related fields. That's coming in time, but quantum, as you know, is still not even on the radar yet for the vast majority of Americans. But you know who it's on the radar for? The Bit Squad. That's right. It's on the Bit Squad because the Bit Squad knows all this stuff because we tell you everything because I got a big mouth. No, because we like to tell you guys what's going on. That's why. Not because I have a big mouth. But that is the part that allows me to do my job so well. Okay. All right. Last story here. This is kind of still along the same lines about DeepSeek. Sudden rise fuels wave of scam tokens and phishing attacks. So be careful about this, guys. Over the last day, more than 75 tokens claiming to be affiliated with DeepSeek have appeared on Ethereum and Solana. Don't fall for this stuff. Don't go buy some DeepSeek tokens. There's no token for this model. Come on, guys. It's coupled with the rising popularity of AI projects has created fertile ground for scammers. Well, I tell you what, man, I can already see, I can already see what's going to happen. I already see the next wave of scams. Because, right, we've been doing the crypto scams for so long, right? Mm-hmm. We've been doing crypto scams forever, so long. The new scam, I think, is going to probably be specialized models that people use that have stuff built into them that will trick you into giving them your information and use it against you.
Oh, that's
because crypto, we can only do crypto. Like crypto scams can only be kind of the next wave of scams for so long. Right now, we're at critical mass adoption here for crypto. We're at critical mass adoption. Your financial markets are all on crypto now, basically. Okay. If it's not on crypto, it's coming on crypto. The whole world is going to be on blockchain very, very, very soon. It already basically is, the majority of it. So the point, or 100% of it now has the ability to go on chain. Okay, I think 100%, I would say. I don't know, maybe intangible things like talents and skills, maybe not. But the point is that we are there. So scammers, they tend to move to the next thing. So I think the AI and the models and people learned how to use this stuff. That is the next horizon. It is the next thing the early adopters are moving towards. But the early adoption is getting shorter, right? Because look, I feel like these AI tools haven't been to a place where you could really use them for a lot of good stuff. But now they're there where you can at least get stuff started and go directions you didn't think you could do and learn things you didn't think you could learn, okay, in record time. It's just going to open up the doors for many, many more things out there. But there's plenty of opportunity for people to still get in. It's learning how, if you were in AI forever, cool, you know AI. But really making money with AI and learning processes to couple it as a tool, that's just now. Like, that's just now. Like, that's just started. And that's what I'm doing and I'm moving towards. And I really suggest everybody kind of move towards that, man. This stuff is for real. I tell you. Okay. All right. So be careful about scammers. Be careful about these things out there. They are bad scammers. Let me see. And do I have a graphic somewhere, don't I? Oh, did I have a graphic for the altcoin spotlight?
Yeah, I had it up there for a little bit.
Oh, I never saw it. Oh, I never saw it, man.
While you were going through price and market cap and circulating supply stuff,
That
I
is
had
a
it
killer. That's awesome. That's a killer. Yeah. So I can't see it. I need it on a piece of paper, probably, I think. But anyways, I digress. Okay. Wait, time out. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was a bit of a side chain. Let's return to the main net. Some of you guys will figure out what I just did. It's amazing, I know. Moving on to Drill Bits, guys. This is a segment where we promote the boot camp that you can't sign up for yet. Bitboy Boot Camp. Drill Bits. Can't wait to it. I got a meeting tomorrow with my new bot developer guy. It's going to help me tie all this stuff together. We're going to finally get to, hopefully these people using the boot camp are going to get their own bot. That's what we're trying to make happen. But guys, today for Drill Bits, now make sure to smash the like button if you like that we do educational content here. We do content that teaches you things. We don't just hype coins up and say, oh, go buy this and buy that. We really show you how to position yourself in a place of knowing so you can navigate these markets in a better way. And so today we are going to be talking about what are RWAs. And let me see how I can pull up that graphic. It's somewhere up here. I'll pull it up on my side here. I don't see. Oh, is this it? It might be here. It is here. You're right. It blends in with the Slack colors. Slack colors are the same colors. It was there. I got to remember that is drive. It's a drive icon. I got to remember it's drive icon. I got to click on. Okay, so we're going to look. We were talking about centrifuge earlier. I just want to drive this home to you guys one more time. What are RWAs? We're intro to RWAs, real world assets. It's all we've been talking about is how we're putting things, we're tokenizing, and you guys are gonna be sick of this by the time this 2 weeks is over. You're gonna be sick of this because it's the future and you've got to nail this. Okay. You have to understand this is where things are going. Okay. Back in 2012, when I first got into crypto, you know what this was? Smart contracts in Ethereum. It was the next big thing, right? The next thing, like Ethereum and smart contracts. Now, layer one platforms. Now, RWAs, this is the next thing, right? AI in crypto has already been going for a little bit. I actually go back 2017. Remember Deep Matrix AI and there was another one, Deep Brain Chain. Yeah, Deep Brain Chain. Me and JJ's, we go way back. We go back to the first AI crypto projects, okay? Right. We remember all those. That's a brand of honor, or that's a badge of honor right there. And some other coin, there's another coin that I put money into. I can't remember that was supposed to be some AI coin. Or no, it was like a metaverse coin in 2017. That's right, guys. I've been seeing this stuff for years, but we're here now. And the thing is AI and RWAs, in my opinion, are what you need to be focused on, not necessarily with all of your investments right now, but you need to look at everything through this lens of RWAs and AI because it's so much the future, okay? So if you wanted to be able to own a fraction of a high-rise building, there would really be no way you could do that. You can't go and say, hey, I want to buy part of your building. Well, they'll tell you, know what they'll say? They'll say, well, yeah, you find somebody that's subleasing down there and you rent a room. You know, that's what you do. No, I want to actually own part of the building with you. And the guy would say, well, you can't do that. Why would you do that? And say, well, you let other people do it, right? Because they do. They let other types of investors, whether it be through, mortgages or collateralized debt or whatever it is, right? These buildings, they will not, one entity doesn't usually own 100% of almost anything. You understand that? That's why the Bochildren family have been so powerful and able to run the whole world forever, because They have owned everything, their own things, right? Today, almost everything is given away. The world of crypto, like think about the world of crypto. The world of crypto, one of the biggest things that a company coming into crypto would do that's launching a token was, try to figure out how much money they can get before they build a single thing. Seriously, that's what ICOs were.
Oh, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
No marketing, no nothing. It was
Nothing.
all just, what can we pull in?
Yeah, what can we pull in? And that was it. And you saw this with so many big projects, took in so much money, and they did nothing. Look at Tezos. Go look at that dead chain, in my opinion.
Honestly, what it was the next week you'd see the CEO or the founder in a new Lamborghini
Exactly.
or a new yacht. Like that's
100%. 100%. That's exactly what you would see. And the thing is crypto's the only world where it's backwards like that, where you got all the money. But the point is, that was just the extreme version of what's already been going on, which is people raising money all kinds of ways for all kinds of different things. But average people didn't have access to those markets. And this is what's so cool about blockchain. And one reason that, I got to say, like, this idea of decentralization, like, okay, maybe it was a little pipe dream, okay? But for some things, societal things, right? Power stays concentrated. But the thing is that what blockchain has been able to actually do is it has actually been able to level the playing field. Now, you, through tokenization, have access to be able to invest in anything that any of the big investment funds can do. But it comes down to a matter of how much money can you make, right? Because if you're getting 5% annualized return on the treasury bills, okay, and you're investing millions and millions and millions of dollars into them, right? Or with notes or bonds, then you're getting money back. Like it's kind of like, I think of it's kind of like renting almost. Like, yeah, you get money every month, but you also still own the house. You still own all that money, and you get money on top of it all the time, right? So it's very similar to that. And I think that the why this is so important is you have to understand that this is potentially an opportunity for you to still be on the very cutting edge of crypto and of finance and what's next, okay? Because we're to a point where when I tell you guys here in a couple of days what this next frontier is in the world of institutional investing, opportunity for, I don't know what the opportunity is, but I just know that whatever the next thing is, there's big opportunity around it. What you guys are going to see is that it's a huge market. It's not one we would talk about a lot, but it's a huge market out there, and it's just going to come onto blockchain. It's all they're figuring out right now is how to bring this thing on blockchain, and then it'll be the next thing, and it'll be the next thing. There's so many opportunities. Imagine if you had gotten into Ondo at the very beginning, and all you had to do was watch this channel, because I told you at the very beginning to get into Ondo back in February when it launched. Told you to get into it. Now, it hasn't 10x yet, but it will, I believe. And you could have been at the very beginning. There's going to be other things as you start to figure out that a lot of the real estate companies, Centrifuge's got a good shot. You got Proppy, we're going to take a look at some point. But the real estate world, nobody's really came in and owned that yet. And that's why I've always been hesitant to crown Proppy the king, because hasn't become the king yet. So as real estate comes onto blockchain, think about all the opportunities. And if you're a realtor, think about all the opportunities that are available to you. It's not just tangible financial investment opportunities. You got to think bigger than that. You got to think of how you can apply these things to your life, because people don't know this stuff. It's happening in front of them. People are going to have their entire mortgages tokenized, and they're not even going to know that it happened or what it was or what it meant. All they're going to know is they got some new disclaimer on their bill. That's all they're going to know.
Honey, we changed underwriters again.
I don't know. He said something about the Tron blockchain. I didn't understand it at all. I tell you, it's some old Tron's given back in the day. Old Tron's given. So the whole thing here is we have RWAs, and really what Ondo and Centrifuge, what all this is about, is it's opening up opportunities. I want you guys to hear these are some important words you guys are going to need to understand and hear, right? Global accessibility. Let me say it again. Global accessibility, efficiency, and transparency. These are the things the institutions love. These are the things institutions love about blockchain. They love it. They're clamoring over it. Franklin Templeton, man, those people, they love blockchain. because they see it allows transparency. So you can see what these big funds are doing. You can see if they're up to no good, right? You can see what's going on. You can see how much money's going here and going there. You can mimic maybe some things people are doing by watching that potentially, right? But it's also more efficient. It's 24/7. It moves constantly. It's easy. You got these liquidity. Everything's automated money maker, market makers, AMMs. It's amazing. They love it. And then, of course, global accessibility is what I've been telling you. Why do they want global accessibility? They want everybody in the world to be able to put all the money in the same pot. Okay. So that's why all this stuff is so big. And, accessibility, we have it here on, you pull up our beautiful graphic here. Great job on that, Vanessa. Great job. RWAs, or real world assets, refer to tangible or financial assets represented digitally on a blockchain. Examples: tokenized real estate, tokenized commodities like gold, and tokenized securities. That's a really cool little thing there. Good job. I like that. Why are RWAs significant? Just like I said, accessibility, what we're talking about, being able to, have access 24/7 to markets, accessibility. I guess that's actually what I guess that meant. I may have said that wrong earlier. But it's all the same stuff here we're talking about, because at the end, we get back to what I was talking about originally, which is the liquidity. So it's got the transparency and the security. They love that. It's got the accessibility. It's 24/7 market. It's efficient. It moves easily. And it's got the global liquidity, the global accessibility in a sense. The global markets coming in, more money to the pool coming in. That's why RWAs are significant. Let's see here. Securities, traditional equities like stocks. And who's got somebody has a new stock. Who is it? Who is now in these? Crypto.com. Now in the synthetic stocks game. I actually recorded a video. How I know that? I recorded a video yesterday about it. So you guys will be learning about that here pretty soon. Another thing, fractional ownership. We talked about that in the very beginning. Imagine you go out to pizza with your friends and nobody wants to get the last piece. And so they just start slicing that thing, but they could just slice it forever. Slice it forever. All the way down to 1 Satoshi, they can slice that thing. So there you go. And obviously, I think an apartment building is a really easy way to understand, or really it doesn't have to be an apartment building. That's, I actually want to go back. I actually want to say, let me give you a better example of this. Okay. Because I feel like an apartment building, a building is kind of easy to think about, right? Because it's got rooms and it's made up of rooms and floors. It's very nicely organized. Okay. What if, here's a for instance. What if they decided that they want to sell Stone Mountain over here in Georgia? They want to sell the whole mountain.
Wow.
Which I don't know. They might do one day. I know they want to blow off that Confederate thing off the side. I understand both sides of it, but I think it's very dangerous. We're talking about putting Outcast up there on Stone Mountain. I would be in favor of that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I would actually be in favor. Now, it would, to put it with the Confederate.
I would say there's a lot of open space on the face of that rock, so I think we could maybe make it a whole mural. Let's make it like an ATL mural.
Exactly. Now we're going to be selling that. Okay, you can buy a part of it. How much is that part? Well, we sell it by the granule. Nah, it doesn't matter. We sell even something that doesn't have any organized structure to it, we can still tokenize it, right? We can still say the value of this, as long as there is a piece of documentation that goes along with that to provide some kind of price analysis or evaluation. That's what has to come along with it. And of course, hey, once you tokenize it, it only has value of what? If somebody's willing to pay it, right? So you can put it on there and say it's art, it's worth $1 zillion. But unless, you're probably trying to do art fraud and art scam with your taxes and stuff. You're doing that. You guys should call ZenLedger.io. ZenLedger.io is who you should call instead of trying to scam on all your taxes. Okay, guys, with your art fraud. Because the thing is that if you actually want to sell that art, you still would need somebody to buy it and pay that for it to be worth that, right? So tokenizing something and putting it on to a blockchain and giving it value, it only works if you've got something that solidifies it. And then you also have to have continued authentication. And that's where what comes in. Good job, James.
Sorry, I was looking at something.
You weren't going to know that answer anyways. I was just pulling an answer out of that. I got them in my eye too, actually. That's what I get for teasing you. That's where Chainlink comes in, and that's where Pyth comes in. That's where the oracles come in. The oracles come in to provide authenticity to the prices and the thing and the documents that back to make sure that they're tokenized and put on the blockchain. All the data is stored, like all of that stuff that verifies all of it is a good way to say it. That's all Chainlink, and now it's becoming Pyth, and Pyth is even more important because it is just strictly tied directly to so much of the Solana ecosystem and the 80 plus chains, and also into the DeFi world. It's got decentralized oracles because basically the Chainlink oracles, the way they work, and we might talk about this next week, is they all pull data feeds from the same places, so it's real easy to authenticate it and verify it. But the Pyth oracles, they pull from different sources, and it's actually information that you do have to validate, which is why you need it. So it might be a little too technical for some of you guys. I'm really sorry if it is. But tomorrow, if we want to talk about things that are not too technical, we're going to talk about the role of blockchain in RWAs. Blockchain in RWAs. How is it? Of course, it's on blockchain, but what is the real role that it's playing? And guys, yeah, I threw my cards everywhere still. I still did it. Okay, guys, today we talked about Brad Garlinghouse and his strategic mention of a digital asset stockpile. He believes it needs to have a diversified portfolio, which does include, that's right, XRP, because American coins are important. We want to invest in this country. That's why you invest in XRP. That's why you invest in SWE. That's why you invest in, I guess Solana's an American company too, right? Is Solana an American company? I don't know. I don't know if it is.
I believe so.
I mean,
it's California.
I think it is. I think it is. So, Anatoly, I mean, obviously it's not a totally Americanized name. So he's from some, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I don't want to speculate. But I think it's still an American project, I believe. Ondo, American project. So, anyways, guys, we looked at a lot of projects today. We talked about Centrifuge. We continue to talk about RWAs. We continue our RWA special here. And we're going to talk about the role of blockchains as we go forward. But there's a lot to pack in here. Can SWE hit $20 this year? Yes, I think it hit 20, can hit 30. That's where I would get a little skeptical. We'll see what can happen. Price protection for Ondo, top of market. What does that mean?
I think you meant to say prediction.
Price prediction for Ondo, top market. Look, I think he's going to get a $100 billion market cap, I think. We'll see what happens. But I think what you have to look at with these coins is you have to look at their continuation into the bear market, right? This is what I think we're seeing a transition to where all these other crypto channels are focused on, all these coins. As the market starts to turn down towards the end of this year, we're going to have a lot of opportunities available for you guys to still continue to make money in these institutional prices. Because you know how we know that? Because the institutions don't play the 4-year game. They don't. Okay. So we're going to be able to watch that and be perfectly in sync with what's going on in the institutional market in order to maximize our gains throughout the entire year, because that's what it's all about. So I hope you guys are enjoying this special. If you're liking it, smash the like button. That's all I got. Be blessed. Way out.